to survive in her eyes. I'm trapped in her eyes. I'm trapped in her eyes.
Alright, we're finally here. Finally got my ass up to make this review on CLB that I put off for so long. For some reasons, like I didn't really have much to say on the album when it first came out, and I wasn't really a big fan of it, but it has grown on me over time. Certain songs have grown on me, and I will be stating those here in the review. Now, this isn't going to be as grand of a video like my last review, like the Donda review, because I don't really have much to say about this project like I did about Donda, but I still want to give my thoughts and opinions on Drake's most recent album, so let's get into it. Alright, so starting off with Champagne Poetry, the first track. And honestly, on first listen, I thought it was just a alright opener, but as I got to listen to it more, I think Champagne Poetry is a great opener to the album, honestly, and it's grown on me a lot. I just really like the way Drake flows on it. I like the beat. The instrumental is actually really good, and I like how it evolves over time, and the semi beat switch near the end, near the outro of the track, it's really good. I really like this track. Grown on me a lot. Definitely would add to a playlist or anything. It's a good track. And then moving on to track 2, this fucking title, Pappys Home is track 2. Sorry, I just really can't take that fucking title seriously, but the beat drop on this song is fucking great. I love that shit. And I think Drake has some good flows on here. He really talking his shit, and like this is really like a "these bitches are my sons" type of like anthem song. But I fuck with the song. I kind of don't like that little outro part where he's just like "daddy's home" over and over. Nah, I can't recite that shit. Nah, I'm just not gonna do that. But the track is solid. I like it. The beat is solid. Drake's rapping is pretty good, and his flow is pretty good. And I can understand why he had the little Nicki Minaj like feature, I guess, since it is like I said, "these bitches is my son" type of song. So it makes sense to put her in the song. But yeah, good track. And now moving on to the third track, Girls Want Girls, featuring the one and only Lil Baby. And yo, this track, I gotta be dead honest, this track is fucking ass. This shit is so fucking boring. I'm not gonna lie. The beat is really stale, boring. Like it's just so boring. Drake is alright on the track, but like no, just Drake when he says this shit.
That you a lesbian girl, me too.
Like, nah, Drake. No, I'm not saying that shit over again. Like, honestly, I'm surprised I even continued to listen to the song after that line, because that shit was just... And then he says it again later on. It just doesn't help the song at all, considering it's already more... It's a funny line, but, like, nah, I'm never saying that shit again. Lil Baby, I guess, carries the track, because he brings a lot of energy, fast flows. Like, Lil Baby was cool, but like the overall song is just not it. It's just not it. This shit honestly puts me to sleep. One of Drake's worst tracks ever, to be honest. I don't ever want to hear the song again. And then he brings it right back with a good ass fucking track 4, In the Bible. And this track is featuring Lil Durk and Giveon, who both kill their features. Lil Durk just rides the beat, good ass flow, nice bars all throughout his feature. Giveon almost fucking killed me with his performance at the end. That shit was so fucking good. And on first listen, I thought Drake shit was kind of ass, but over time that shit grew on me a lot, as I like the song a lot. Still re-listen to it. Drake killed his shit, and the features did their shit too. Drake almost kept up, but the features did the best on this track, to be honest. And the beat is really nice, atmospheric, fits the track really well, and the beat switch for Giveon at the end, great. I love this shit. Definitely listen to this track if you haven't. Which I don't know why you haven't. It's Drake, but still, listen to that shit. And then moving on to track 5, Love All featuring Jay-Z. This is another really solid track. Drake's flow, his delivery really matches the atmosphere of the beat. I like his part a lot. Jay-Z kills his feature. Honestly, he outshines Drake in terms of lyricism, obviously, but he doesn't carry the track, but he does really, really good on the track as a feature. And Drake holds his own with the hook, his own verse. He did good with this track. Good, yep. And then moving on to track 6, Fair Trade featuring Travis Scott. And I'll first listen, and to this day, this is still my favorite and I think the best track on the album. The sample in the back of the beat that they use is just amazing. The beat to go with the sample, Drake's flow on the beat is just fucking great. And we haven't even gotten to Travis Scott's part. The beat switch, the lead up to the beat switch for Travis Scott, how melodic he sounds is on some like Maria I'm Drunk type of shit. Like, and then his flow that he uses on the beat switch is just fucking great. And then how the beat switches back when Drake comes on the track again, like, this is the best track on the album, hands down. And then we move on to track 7, Way Too Sexy featuring Future and Young Thug. And this track is bad. This is a bad song. But it's a fun song. So it's like it's a fun bad song. It's fun to listen to, but it's a bad song musically. Well, not even musically, because the beat is really good. Future honestly carries this track with the hook. Drake was on his verse. Thug was kind of like trying not to be as present. His verse was the shortest, and it's kind of like he just really phoned it in on his verse just to be like, yeah, here you go, Thug verse featured. I don't care, but it's a bad song. I don't like it, but it's fun to listen to in certain scenarios, I guess. But I just wouldn't replay it on my own time. That's all I gotta really say for this track. And then we move on to track 8, TSU. Alright, TSU is a good sounding song, but the lyrical context of the song is kind of awkward to listen to and recite. Even though it's a good sounding song, I still like the song, but like just Drake talking about how him almost saying like fatherless women are the ones that only work at the strip club is like, Drake, come on now. And then him trying to like pick one up to like be with him, or like it's just really awkward to hear. But the track sounds so good. Like the beat switch at the end is really good, but it's just a really the lyrical context is really weird and awkward to hear, I guess. I don't know. But I still like the track. I still replayed it. It's just like I just had to forget about what Drake's saying, even though I'm still singing the song. But you like, whatever. I still like the song. It's a good track. Let's just go on to the next one. Alright, next track. Track 9, In Too Deep featuring Future. Alright, In Too Deep is a fucking good ass track. I love this shit. I like the build up, the little guitar riff in the background, Drake's melody, his delivery during that portion of the song is really good. The beat switch is fucking great. Drake kills all his shit on this track. He does a really good flow switch, delivery switch when the beat drops. I love the reverb. I believe it's reverb that they have on his voice near the second half of the track. Future kills this shit. This is a really solid track. I really like this song. Re-listened to it a lot. Definitely would recommend listening to this. And now we're moving on to track 10, Pipe Down. Pipe Down really grew a lot on me over time. First listen, I thought it was just another boring track, alright track by Drake, just to like fill up the album as filler, but it's really grown on me a lot. I really like this track. The beat is really soulful. It sounds really good. Drake has a lot of good flows. He has some really nice melodies when he's singing. He has some nice lines, like when he says, "The world is yours, but the city is mine." That shit was nice. That shit was nice. Yeah, this track has really grown on me a lot. I really like this track. Re-listening to it. Good track by Drake. I like it. And then we're moving on to track 11, Yeba's Heartbreak, featuring Yeba. And honestly, I really shouldn't even be saying featuring Yeba, because this song is only Yeba. There's like no Drake on here from what I've heard. Maybe he might have some background vocals, but I really don't hear them, because if they are, they're really subtle. But man, this is a really good track. I like that Drake's giving a smaller artist more of a chance to shine, just having a track by themselves on his album. That's great. I like this track. She sounds beautiful over it. The beat is really nice. Yeah, good, really good, Drake. I like that you're doing this with smaller artists, giving them a platform to shine. Great. I like this song. And then we're moving on to track 12, No Friends in the Industry. When I first was about to hear this track, I was ready, because I'm like, bro, this nigga Drake about to just come for niggas next. He just about to just go off on people. And he was talking his shit on this track. He had a good, consistent flow throughout the whole thing. The beat was really intense. His delivery was really intense along with the beat. And he had this other delivery that he had. It was almost like he was like talking under his breath or some shit like that. But like, it played really good into the track, and I really liked it. Off first listen, I love this track. Still to this day, love this track. Really intense. This shit goes hard. This shit nice as fuck. Good ass track. Alright, moving on to track 13, Knife Talk, featuring 21 Savage and Project Pat. Alright, with this track, honestly, it was one of my favorites when I first heard it. Now I'm kind of in the middle about it. It's good, but it's not nothing crazy. It's not nothing great, you know. It sounds like a Drake and 21 throwaway that Drake was like, hey, let me put this on my album for more streams. But it's still it's a good track, but it's not bad. Honestly, I wish Project Pat had a longer verse on it, because he killed his shit at the start. 21 kind of pretty much carried the track, since Project Pat couldn't have a longer verse, and Drake was kind of non-existent. Like, skimmed over. Like, I heard his verse and then it was over in a blink of an eye, and I was like, oh shit, that was it. But it's a okay track, nothing crazy, but it's alright. Now we're moving on to track 14, 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. Now this track, when I saw the title of this fucking track, I was like, I know this nigga Drake better just go off on somebody, and basically he went off on Kanye, just throwing shit at him, talking about him posting his address, all this other shit that he's done, their beef or whatever. Hey, I like Kanye, but fucking Drake, he killed this fucking track. His flow, his fucking wordplay, all this shit on here, the beat is nice. Like, this whole track is fucking great. This is one of my favorite tracks on the album, either third or second favorite. This is definitely a good ass Drake track. Once I saw the fucking title of the track, I was like, yep, this one about to be it. This is about to be it. But yeah, great track. And then we got track 15, Race My Mind. Alright, Race My Mind is a really good track. I love the progression of this song, how it's really intense. I think it's a harp in the background eventually that plays in the back. That sounds really good. The beat is how it works with the whole beat is really good. Drake's delivery, the way he sings on the track is really good. The like beat switch near the end is great, and how he switches up his delivery, making it more intense. It's a great track. I really like this. Has definitely grown on me since the first listen. I thought it was just okay at first, but it has grown on me. I like this track. All right, and then we go on to track 16, Fountains, featuring Thames. All right, for this track, honestly, just give me the version without Drake on it, because he does not add nothing to this track. Thames carries the fuck out of this track. Just give me the version with just Thames on it. Just cut out Drake. We don't need Drake. Have another track with just another artist on the song by themselves, because Drake does not do nothing on this track, to be honest. Thames carried the fuck out of him. I just needed Thames. I don't need Drake on this track. Drake, just stop doing this type of music. I don't think you really do good on it. Just leave it to Thames. Just make a version with Thames on it and just put that out. We don't need you on this track. Sorry, Drake. We don't need you on this track. Alright, moving on to track 17, Get Along Better, featuring Ty Dolla $ign. Alright, this track, the beat is really abrasive, really in your face. No, it's not. It's just really abrasive. It's really nice. It's grand. Drake has some really good singing on here. Hit some nice melodies. Just wish we would have had more Ty Dolla $ign on it, to be honest, but the song is still great. It's still a great song. I really like this song. Haven't replayed it that much, probably should, but everything about this song is really, really good. I really like it. Wish we would have had more Ty Dolla $ign, but still, pretty good song. I like it. Alright, and then moving on to track 18, You Only Live Twice, featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. Honestly, this track is pretty much what I expected from a Drake, Wayne, and Ross song. Honestly, wish it could have been more. Even though Wayne had a pretty good feature on here, Rick Ross had a good feature, but they were just good. I didn't really think the track was all that. It's just alright. I've only listened to it like 3 times since its release. Haven't really gone back to it like that. But it's okay. Not really planning to go back to it like that. Only maybe when I re-listen to the album, even though that's really rare. Kind of just pick out songs, but it's a good track. It's alright. And also, the original mix on this song was pretty bad. I think they fixed it because it did sound different after I listened to it like the second time, but the original mix was not that good, and it really brought down the track a lot for me. But even now with the new mix, it's still just okay. It's not really anything out there. It's not really anything great compared to what Drake and Wayne have made in the past. It's just okay. Alright, and now we on track 19, I Miss You Too, featuring Kid Cudi. Honestly, I did not expect this collab, but it's okay. it's an alright track. I like Cudi's part. Drake is alright, but it's nothing really great. It's just alright. I really haven't listened to it that much. The beat is just okay. Everything about this track is just pretty mid. Cudi's probably the best part about it, but even then, I'm still not gonna come back to the track. It's just okay. Alright, and then moving on to track 20, Fucking Fans. Alright, no lie, I'll first listen. This track almost put me to sleep because it was a really slow moving track. But listening to it outside of the album on its own, it has a nice vibe. It's a pretty good track. I like it. But if you're listening to it with the album, it's gonna get pretty boring and hard to listen to since the album already is a pretty long album. But listening to it on its own, it's pretty good. I like it on its own. But in terms of the album, it's by the time you get to it, you're gonna be already worn out. But I like the track though. It's a nice vibe. It's a good slow moving track. It's good, but yeah, it's alright. And then the final track, track 21, The Remorse. Alright, The Remorse is an alright outro. I like the beat, but it's a really stale song, to be honest. It's kind of boring in some instances. Some of the just instrumental passages into Drake's next verse are okay, I like them. And then when Drake raps, it's just, I don't know, it's just boring. I don't really like this track like that. It's kind of okay. It's an alright outro, I guess, but not the best way to end the album, to be honest. Not the best way, but it's okay. Probably not gonna listen to this track again, but it's not bad, but it's not good. And then on to my overall thoughts. Alright, well, to start off, the album really starts off better than it does end. Champagne Poetry is a great intro to that album. Pappys Home, not the best follow-up track. Girls Want Girls, not the best track to follow up either, but then In the Bible really brings back the album. Love All continues that great run of tracks. Fair Trade gets it to the top. It's the best track on the album, gets it to the top. Then Way Too Sexy, again, it's not the best track, but it's a fun track to listen to. TSU sounds great, lyrical content, and I don't know about that, Drake. In Too Deep brings it back again, great track, I like it. In Too Deep brings it back from like the weird talk Drake was on TSU about. Even though TSU sounded great, I don't know about the lyrics, my guy. Pipe Down, great track, love the sound of it, all of it, great. Yeba's Heartbreak, she sounds beautiful, love the track. No Friends in Industry, Drake kills his shit, really talking his shit. I love that shit. A lot of shit. Knife Talk, alright track. Kind of fell off for me from before. Used to like it more than I do now, but it's alright. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, great track. Love the wordplay, the flow, everything about this track. Race My Mind, pretty good. Really like it. Instrumental, really, really, really nice, really beautiful instrumental. Fountains, yeah, just Drake, get off the track. We don't need you. Get Along better with Ty Dolla $ign. I like it. More Ty Dolla $ign. Really would have wanted more Ty Dolla $ign. You Only Live Twice, just alright track. It's really alright all around. I Miss You Too. Kid Cudi is the best part of that track. Drake doesn't do bad though. Fucking Fans. Again, by the time you get there, you're tired out, but on its own, it's a good track. The Remorse, not the best outro to the track, like I said. Not the best outro to the album, I mean. But it's okay, I guess. I just really wish Drake would have really honed in on this whole certified lover boy theme or persona, because the theme really does not go at all across the album. As like you get tracks like Girls Want Girls that don't come anywhere near to comparing to Knife Talk. You get like a lot of the songs just don't mesh well together thematically. It kind of just sounds like a compilation album of Drake just putting tracks out there. They're good tracks, but thematically, adding to the album's theme of a certified lover boy, it really doesn't stick to the theme at all. I don't really like that. I wish he would have really honed in on the whole persona of the certified lover boy. I feel like he could have really made some great R&B tracks, or just some really good Drake strong suit like love tracks. And I just really wish he would have gone more in that direction than just kind of just throwing tracks out there of things that sound popular or whatever. Because while they're good tracks, I really would have rather had a more cohesive body of work from Drake. But overall, it's a good Drake album. I'd probably give it around maybe a 5 or a 6. more leaning towards a 5 because it's an average in terms of an album. It's average Drake, but some of the songs are really, really good that it makes me want to bump it up to a 9. But then the lows are pretty fucking low. I think I'm gonna give it a 5. It's a 5 out of 10 in my opinion. Not Drake's best body of work, but it's a 5. It's an average album, especially by Drake standards. He could have done a lot more if he really stuck to a theme, but yeah, those are my final thoughts. 5 out of 10 on this Drake album. And next album I believe I'm gonna do is for a review. I think the next album that I'm gonna do is gonna be Life of a Don. That's gonna be the next album I'm gonna be reviewing, is Life of a Don. Gonna try to record that as fast as I can. Gonna do it in this style, kind of a smaller format, and put that out so you can see my thoughts on that. But Drake, Certified Lover Boy, 5 out of 10. And some people might not like the 5 out of 10, but hey, this album is at least better than Scorpion. Scorpion was boring as fuck. Scorpion was like a 2 or a 3 in my opinion. But this is definitely a step up from Scorpion. Definitely he put more effort into this than he did into Scorpion. So, yeah, 5 out of 10.
I hate wasting time. She from the other side, call a Coraline. Her demons on the rise.